Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Domina Della Pie, P-I-E, Mistress Sasha Storm. I want to talk today about tipping, and especially with regards to black people and tipping. I have known for a very long time that black people have a very bad reputation when it comes to tipping for services, and especially at restaurants where they are served food, where the staff are not being paid a decent hourly wage rate, and so they often rely on tips. The waitress, the waiter, they rely on tips. Bartenders rely on tips. So, I'm a black person, and I've always been a good tipper. Not for any other reason that I always consider the working class. I always considered the more marginalized people, because I have worked those jobs. I have been one of those people. I understand the importance of tipping. Tipping helped me when I worked at the strip club. I appreciated, was very thankful for the tips. And I'm a black person. So when I go out and I'm served, I tip. It's just I don't know what it is now, but as it has always been here in the Greater Toronto area. Is it 20%? They say 15 to 20% of the bill. So I've always, and another thing about me is I don't go out if I don't think that there is enough for a tip. So I won't go to a restaurant if I do. Let's say I'm out walking around the city and maybe with a friend, and the friend wants to go to a restaurant, and I'm just on my walking thing, so I'm not really with my purse and all of that. Well, the thing about me is my friends usually would pay the bill and the tip, because that's what I would often do when my friends were with me and didn't have money. Alright? So, black people have a very bad reputation, and for this reason, it seems a black couple went someplace. I didn't read the story, okay, because I'm not doing news here. I'm doing stories. I'm a storyteller, and I like to retell stories more as a social commentary in these times. Okay, so let me have a sip. Apparently the couple went somewhere to eat, and they received the bill, and the bill had a charge. The charge was 20%, and it was for something like, because it had to do with their race, as if the establishment, the worker in the establishment charged them 20% because they were black. Like other people don't receive that 20% charge, presumably because they tip. I don't know. I really don't know. But curiously, someone shared this in the comment section. Unfortunately, and black people on this post, they suspect that this original poster named Joanne, and here's the funny thing, Joanne's last name is Gross, and that's part of the reason why black people think this is a make-believe person, and they refer to her as a Karen, but it's clearly an image of a black woman, which they often do to fool us, or they think they're fooling us. But the person, Joanne Gross, says, unfortunately, black people have acquired a reputation of being bad or non-tippers. In the last 25 years or so, I have seen it multiple times where black people are super demanding to their server and either leave a small tip or no tip at all. In the story, the couple was very cordial with their server and showed no signs of trying to stiff their server. But because we are in some really hard times, the server made a bad decision to do what we did in profiling the couple, with the manager being equally at fault. I worked as a server in the summer before I went to graduate school. Those were the days when black customers would overtip and were so easy to serve and very kind. So those were the days, right? She's reminiscing. And that's why she said, anyway, I don't know why. They think that person who just said that is not a black person. Is an imposter. Anyway, I kind of, agree, because I've often heard on social media, and black people, yes, and I know they were black people, I know there were no stand-ins, but they were saying, they were boasting. No, not only that, there's one woman in particular who stands out, and she's a woman who eats out a lot. And they were having this argument. That's what they do now. You are societally conditioned to argue back and forth. Once I was onto that, I just don't do that. I don't engage anymore in the back and forth, because that's where they wait for me. They wait to pounce on me, because inevitably I say things that people find offensive. Oy, oy, oy. So the black people, young, especially the women and some guys, perhaps, those in their 20s to 30s, they would often have chatter on tipping. And this one particular woman, young woman, she got her new apartment and her job, and she's starting to pay bills for the first time, and she doesn't have very much furniture, and she only has a bed on a blow-up bed on the floor, and that's it. And I no problem, but it does not occur to her to go to the supermarket, grocery store, food market, whatever, Whole Foods, wherever, farmers market, and buy some food, fresh food, the regular vegetables and fruit and whatnot. And to try, at your young age, to cook for yourself a little meal now and then. Oh no, she's out and about showing off to the world that, hey, look at me, I'm in the restaurant eating more crap. So, of course, it goes to her booty, right? She's got a big fat booty, because look what she's eating. And I don't believe she's doing much exercise, but even with sex, she don't really want to have no fucking. She wants to just have some guys orally service her, and she don't even like guys. A misandrist. She don't like men. She's just gonna lie back and have you eat her pum pum. That's been shared by 3 other guys that she calls her boyfriends. She's liberated. She's boasting about how she eats out. She eats out a lot. She also says, basically, that sometimes she doesn't feel that she can afford to tip. So she won't tip. She feels she's already paid for the food. Why does she have to pay for a tip? And I know she's intelligent, right? But she's just a bitch. She's a bitch because she knows better. Scorpio. Scorpios know better, but Scorpio can be really mean, cold-hearted. I'm going to cite Kill Hates. Kill Hates, who wants to kill us all. He wants there to only be the few, the chosen few, left in the world. like it's their world. They found us here, right? But they want us gone. And they've been doing this for generations. That's how unreasonable a Scorpio can be. Hi, Scorpios. I love Scorpio, but I learned to keep my distance from them because I don't know. There's something about them. They're so like Aries. That's how I love them. I see things about them that I love. But it's that I witness Scorpios in action from youth, from being young. And I watch them engage in like arguing with, like, say, a daughter arguing with her father. I saw that repeatedly. And I have seen both sides, the father and the daughter, because they seem to always like to argue, a Taurus and a Scorpio. But you could tell that she knows she's wrong and she's losing the argument. But she wouldn't let up. She will continue it. And the father, Taurus, blockheaded, bullheaded, and will continue. So I saw it flip to both sides. Some people will just argue to the death, even if they know they're wrong. And that's where Scorpio popped up. But she happens to be a Scorpio. She knows. I presume she should know that these are service workers. You know, you're supposed to be caring about marginalized people, working class. You care about single mothers. I don't know, you love single mothers. Always looking out for single mothers, collecting money for single mothers. And I'm saying that's the wrong thing to do. Single mothers are single mothers, and yeah, they will need some help, like we all would need some help sometimes. But don't encourage single motherhood, right? Right? I notice you're not getting dick. According to you, you're not getting the dick. You're getting the mouth. That's why you don't want the dick. I don't know. It's just, what a world. How did I get there? I don't know how I always meander into sex. Look, I'm talking about sex so much because I'm not having sex. Why? Because I've had enough sex. Sex is overrated. And, you know, very few are good enough to, you know what I mean? Like, to be bothered. The people who are slinging it around and having sex and indiscriminately just fucking going hole to hole, and they don't even know what protection means. You know, they're high and drunk. They're not even effing sober. So anyway, so she is a young person who has quite a following, and she's like proud of the fact that she doesn't really tip. She's not a tipper, but yet she insists on going out to dine, going out to eat, and that extends to now. We have been, I say, bullied. We have been coerced. We've been forced. We've been dominated. So now, look at me, even me. I no longer go to the supermarket because I love to select my own food. I am very picky, choosy, and I want the best. So I will inspect everything at the market. Now they force me to do online shopping that I have delivered to my home. And I find, oh my goodness, look at this. Garlic. Garlic is so expensive. And yet I buy this organic Spanish garlic, supposedly. And look, the bulb on the bottom, surely they must know that. Surely they must know the bottom bulb is rotting, is not, like, I would never take this out of a store if I had gone there to shop on my own for myself. Like I always wanted to do that. I've always done. But you guys, you people, your shitstorm forced me to have these food deliveries, and now I'm finding my stuff is coming in less. You know, how come? Yeah, the first delivery I received, everything was perfect. It's like they have people there just for the initiation. So I was initiated, and I was sold on that fact that everything was appearing to have been selected, and I had choice. Choice meaning the best, right? Well, that didn't last long, because by the second, third order, things started to go downhill. Okay? All right. So, tipping, black people want to go out to eat and show off they are eating out, but they don't want to tip. Is it only black people? Because I've known white people who don't tip, they don't tip either. So let's not, but it is true. I have, and it's, you know, she's just one example of someone who likes to go out to eat and doesn't like to tip. So I think that's my revealing how hypocritical a Scorpio can be. Yeah, they can be very hypocritical. I'm not going to go out to eat if I don't have money to cover a tip. No. Because the people waiting on you, they're waiters, they're servers. And, they have to be attentive and expect. And then, you know what black people were doing? Like, they make excuses why they don't even want to give you a tip or just leave a penny. Black people always they want a reason to be mad. So they're like, but here's me though, a black person being mad because this bitch served me and disappeared. Now I want something. I need something. Something is not right. And I have to go hunt her down. I have to go take my plate and go to the kitchen. And, that's really, they don't do that. They say, no. I go to places where I know they're going to treat me, decently. That's another thing. I don't just go just anywhere. And because I tip well, I'm treated better. I like that. I like to be treated better. I like to tip well because look at last time I actually went out. Yeah, the place I was going to and eating out from, because I was working and it wasn't close to my home, so I had no choice. But I found a few good eating places in the area, and I would go there and have a meal, or even for my takeout. But a few times I sat and ate in there. I noticed the servers, well, at the time that I would be going, they were young black women. The manager was a young black woman, and there were two servers who were black women, and the bartender was a white man. And he even gave me, he said he was the manager, he gave me a free drink. One time I got a drink while I waited for my order, and he says, that'll be free. It was a Caesar. And then another time, it was around Christmas, and he says, free mimosas, and he gave me one. So, why would he do that? Because I'm a black person, it's all black people don't get treated like crap. I don't get treated like crap when I go out, because I go to places where I'm known and I'm treated with dignity and respect. And part of the reason is I tip the servers, and I don't tip only because they're black. I tip because they're servers and they deserve to be treated well. I am not going to have someone wait on me for however long and then don't leave a tip. I think that's cold-hearted and cruel. And if you don't have money for a tip, I'm going to say, yeah, don't go out. Don't go out. Keep your effing ass at home. Now, with the delivery, I'm already charged. $10 is the charge for the delivery of the groceries. So then I'm thinking, okay, what about those drivers? Those drivers, do you tip those drivers? Because when you order food, right? If you order food from, like a pizza or even McDonald's, you can order now, they deliver to you. Well, these people, are they being tipped? Are these delivery people? Because I hear that those delivery services are very costly. They are very high priced. And so that's another thing. Can I compare that to the groceries being delivered? Well, the groceries were not prepared. I have to cook them myself. I got to thaw out myself. But I was just wondering, because so far, all of the delivery people who have delivered the groceries to my home have been South Asian men, Indian men, Pakistani men, and black men. Okay? So now I'm seeing where the black and Indian men are being employed. They are delivering the groceries to our homes. So yes, I'm concerned with tipping them, because when I used to order pizza, the Indian guys, when I gave them a tip, because they're all Indian guys, because that's what happens, they work together, right? If there's a pizza store I'm getting from, I'm not gonna see a black face show up when it's run by and owned by, franchise run by Indian people. They don't really hire black people like that. And hey, I tip them. I tip them because they're delivering the pizza, and I know they're not really getting paid, right? So the tips help. the tips really help. So I'm feeling weird that I'm getting the food delivered here and I'm not tipping. But here's why I'm not tipping, because they forced me to stay home and don't go out, so I can't go to my bank and get money out. Everything is on these freaking cards, and I don't tip on credit cards. I will not tip and use my credit card on a phone, on a machine. It's just no. Cash. If I can't give you cash, you're not gonna get a tip. I just feel it's because I heard in the past where the owners of establishments, they accept tip gratuity in a bill in your bill, and then you as the server doesn't get that. The owner of the place, the restaurant owner, keeps the tip. So that does not bode well with me, because for the grocery delivery, they charge me $10. I've already paid $10 to have the groceries delivered to me. Another thing is, I noticed that the groceries I'm paying for online that I was forced to get that way, they cost more than when I would go physically into the store. I know since COVID, you all have jacked the prices up crazy. But I mean, when I buy organic turmeric and I have like 5 fingers, that's what it looks like. And my fingers are even bigger than the turmeric. Like, I swear to God, $4 for 5 pieces of turmeric, organic. How do I know it's organic? The ginger the same. Two little pieces of ginger, organic ginger, $4. Like, we are being raped in our booty holes repeatedly by all of these corporate entities, these companies, these businesses that we are forced to buy from, spend at. And so yeah, the drivers, being black and brown men, should they not get tipped? Because they're carrying very heavy things. The groceries are very heavy compared to like a pizza. So, where do you draw the line? I've already paid $10 for delivery. I don't know. It's just weird. This society doesn't really think much of the lower wage earners, but I do. And interestingly enough, because of the way I speak, it's those same lower wage earners who will dislike me, hate me, as much as their masses. I have been relentlessly surveilled, and I am now shadow banned. Yes, I am shadow banned. My content is blocked all over the place. So I'm practically invisible. You will find little glimpses of me here and there, but they think I'm not aware of how they've been playing with me. Because I'm aware, that's why I make these kinds of posts. That's why I talk about these things. Because all of you are talking about politics and all other kinds of tricks. But the things that really matter, have you not noticed how there are fewer and fewer jobs for you? Fewer and fewer jobs. Anyway, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.